As a token of our love and appreciation, we would now like to welcome the guests with a plant, presenting a plant to them. I request Ms. Priya Bandekar to please welcome the guest, Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant, by presenting a small plant to him. I request Ms. Priyanka Sarkar to please welcome Shri Rohan Khaute, Honorable Minister for ITENC. I request Ms. Priyatama Patil, Assistant Director of IT, to please welcome Dr. Chandrakant Shetye, Honorable Chairman of ITG. I request Ms. Shashwati Padgaonkar to please welcome Shri Ramesh Verma IAS, the Secretary of Elections, Goa. I also request Manisha Kodnekar to please welcome Director ITNC and MD of IDG, Praveen Vadwadkar. Thank you. With this welcome, I now request the Director of IT to please address the gathering with his welcome note.
Good evening, one and all. Respected Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant sir, Honorable Minister for IT and ENC, Shri Rohan Khaute sir, Honorable MLA and Chairman of Infotech Corporation of Goa, Dr. Chandrakant Shetye sir, Secretary Election, Shri Ramesh Verma sir, my colleagues, media, friends and all present here. It gives me an immense pleasure to welcome one and all at the IT Hub to witness a technical revolution. Former President of United States of America once famously said, American roads are not good because America is rich, but America is rich because American roads are good. Industry 4.0 conceptualize rapid change of technology, industries and societal patterns and processes in the 21st century due to increasing interconnectivity and smart automation. And to welcome this change and adapt to the new technology, Goa has introduced a significant policy for promotion and use of drones through Goa Drone Policy 2022 and has opened a hub for additive printing. It's fascinating technology and we are excited to explore its advantages. Apart from expediting prototyping tools, it offers a broad range of applications for mass customizations to a distributed manufacturing. Students from Architectural College, Art, Engineering could use this technology to their benefit for turning concept into models and realizing dreams. Drone technology is yet another emerging technology that has immense potential in sectors like tourism, agriculture, mining, fisheries, etc. Its uses can be explored to implement solutions in security surveillance, land surveys, spraying of pesticides in agriculture, etc. The Department of Information Technology, Electronics and Communication is motivated to drive the Goan ecosystem to be at par with the global trends and to reach out to our youth, entrepreneurs, academia and industries. We wish to support them by making facilities available through infrastructure, policies and exposure to our trending technologies and also provide a platform to showcase their creativity and innovative approach. I would like to thank the government for being supportive to roll out both these initiatives and for paving the way in transition to the new industrial revolution by making Goa a creative hub of India. I welcome one and all again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Drones are not new to us anymore. Drones offer tremendous benefit to almost every sector of economy: agriculture, infrastructure, emergency response, transportation, geospatial mapping of land assets, and so on. These machines have a wider reach and don't require any specific infrastructure. The fact that these machines can be operated remotely means they can be developed for most dangerous tasks, remote surveillances, and repetitive tasks. Now, today the state of Goa has come up with its own policy with an objective to leverage the drone technology for better governance, promote innovation, and generate employment. The policy broadly covers the support infrastructure we need from the government and mechanisms we put in place to encourage adoption of this technology by both government and private enterprises. So without delaying, I now request the Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant to please release the drone policy of Goa with the help of a drone. With a huge round of applause, let us please welcome Goa's first, one of its kind, Goa drone policy. Thank you, sir. I would now request Honorable Chairman of ITG, Dr. Chandrakant Shetty, to please address the gathering.
Today, on the release of Goa drone policy and inauguration of Additive Manufacturing Hub, with me here today, Goa's Honorable CM Dr. Pramod Sawant, IT Minister Mr. Raman Kaute, Secretary Vivek Verma, Director of IT and MD of ITG Praveen Urvatkar, Press, my dear friends, all office colleagues. Today, in fact, I am really happy that this Goa's drone policy has been released. You all must have heard of drone. In fact, I think we are second state in India, I think, to be released this policy. You all must have heard of drone. Most of you all are working in IT, so you all are aware of drones. As a doctor, I can tell you, these drones were used during COVID times for transportations of medicines and all. Especially during COVID time, we were spraying the houses and all. So they were used for spraying. The advantage, and this pilot project was done in India also. The advantage is this: when you use this drone for transportation of even vaccines, there is one study which I read. They are used for transportation of vaccine. The main advantage is that whenever you transport any medicine through drone, the infection rate is less, exposure rate is less. This drone can be used for multiple things. See, we have to run with technology. And in our department, we are trying our best to reach out maximum. This can be not only used in medicine, it is used in so many fields like agriculture, pesticide, it can be used. So with new things to come, this will help us to reduce the labor cost, to increase the speed of working, to increase, and this doesn't require any sort of code or road and all sort of. It has got some, these policies are made basically. You can't use in any private, you cannot, disturb somebody's privacy and all. Plus today we inaugurated this 3D printer. This is the first time that Goa has got a 3D printer. Otherwise, most of us, startups especially, or the company people, they used to go to Pune, Mumbai and all for 3D printer. Recently I had a visit last week with my MD in Pune, in STPS, and there we saw actually we met more than 10 to 12 startups and how they were using these startups. In fact, one of the company which you say, they were converting rickshaws which were on petrol to a electronic vehicle. And the cost which they were using, they told, is hardly some 60,000. With that calculation, per kilometer, the cost used to be coming some 2 rupees 50 paise, whereas when we use petrol, it was coming 6 rupees. So see the difference, what the technology can make. In fact, there and there only ITJ has given order of one of our vehicle to convert them to electronic vehicle. So this 3D printing and all is a need of our. And now I came to know it is not only used in electronic vehicle or motions only. It can be used in even in medical part also. Suppose tomorrow, just now he explained to us, tomorrow if you have a cancer somewhere in jaw or something, from CT you can take the printing out. And before surgery, you can demarcate how much excision you will take and how much big graft is required. So that will make surgery easy, surgery to the point, so less blood supplies, less tissue damage, recovery will be fast. So what I mean to say is that down the line coming this technology, it will help us not in one specific field, but it will help in everything. That will give us a quality of life, reduce the cost. Initially the cost might be hefty. So I only request our minister and CM, all this drone policy, after the whatever implementation of this project, ITG, our department can do this implementation of drone and 3D printer, whatever these things are there, our ITG department our team is doing a good job, they can do this. I thank our department for, department and minister plus CM who has taken aggressively. Last 15 days I was there for the meeting, some 15-20 days, CM was there, minister was there, and he has taken very aggressively and he has given a stipulated time to work on it and see that the policy is clear. So we are very lucky to have such a aggressive CM and minister. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, sir. I now request Honorable Minister for IT and ENC, Shri Rohan Khawte, to kindly address the gathering.
तुमकां सगळ्यांक गुड इवनिंग. आयच्या ह्या इम्पॉर्टंट दिसा, गोंयच्या स्वातंत्र्य दिसा एक बरो कार्यक्रम आज IT डिपार्टमेंटान घडोवन हाडला, launching of the drone policy and 3D printer. On the dais we have our Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant, the Chairman of the Corporation, MLA of Bicholi Dr. Chandrakant Shetye, Secretary Shri Verma ji, our Director Praveen, all my colleagues and friends from the IT department and ITG, our friend from 3D printing, Bob Dilip, electronic media, press, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, a happy Liberation Day to all of you. Today we are on the 61st year of celebrating Goa's liberation, and it calls for quite a time when we are also talking about, when the Chief Minister is talking about country's Amrit Kal. In the journey of Amrit works of 75 years of the country's independence and 61 years of our Goa's liberation, we need to start progressively thinking of how we need to take Goa ahead. And as we start taking these things ahead, I always feel that IT has a very dominant role to play as technology in all the departments, in all the sectors, in business, in academia, where it is not only part of a vertical, but part of creating an ecosystem in the journey of making Goa a knowledge hub or a creative hub. Today, when we talk about Goa, it's Goa's serene environment, world-class hospitality services and amenities that has the potential to make Goa the perfect destination for tech companies and professionals to thrive and excel, calling Goa the creative capital of India. India is the third largest unicorn base with 107 unicorns, and this number is expected to increase rapidly. Our government has planned major initiatives in the months ahead that would cover capacity building of the workforce by setting up or bringing in eminent institutions. We are also in touch with the Indian Angel Network for harnessing the potential of the startups and assisting them in obtaining funds. We are aggressively wanting to reverse the brain drain, and an IT advisory council which has been formed with academia experts is already functioning. For the purpose of transforming India into the next semiconductor hub, the Government of India sanctioned 2 programs of chips to startups at IIT Goa and NIT Goa. The co-working spaces, the beach, which we call as sea hubs, are being established at popular tourist destinations that will pull the digital nomads from across the globe and also corporates working in the creative sphere of the IT industry to Goa. We plan to roll out the concept of a design village, which shall include product engineering, design and testing of all electronics or emerging sector technologies and future applications. The key focus of the village would be creative technologies. Goa aspires to make this a one-of-its-kind model village in the world. This village shall include product engineering, design and testing of all electronics or emerging sector technologies and future applications. When we talk on the connectivity, Harghar fiber is going to be a reality soon, connecting every household with optical fiber cable network. The state headquarters will be connected to 12 talukas, 191 gram panchayats, 225 government office building locations, and further providing last mile connectivity to end users at a village level of additional 228 villages. Coming to the electronic manufacturing cluster at 2M, the plot allotment of the electronic manufacturing cluster is underway. Emerging technology companies from drones, semiconductors to electric vehicles will be encouraged to set up their units. Investor meets held in Bangalore, New Delhi are expected to have dividends in the weeks to follow. We have had roadshows in Bangalore and Delhi, which we have had connect with various companies, which I would call as hot calls, which are wanting to invest in these particular domains. On e-governance, we have already initiated the implementation of the e-office platform. Digitization of the old government records and a foray into GIS, getting all departments to come into a single state platform is underway. And today, to facilitate the larger dream of a creative Goa that our CM envisages, we plan to launch the drone policy, which we have launched just now, and an additive manufacturing hub at the department. I will just run through an overview of the policy, which gives you more insight on the policy and the 3D printing. When it comes to Goa Drone Policy 2022, modest estimates suggest that the commercial drone industry is expected to gain a market reach with US $55.8 billion by 2026. Our Prime Minister wants this particular policy to go up through every state, and I'm very happy to announce that we are the 3rd state in the country, Goa being very dominantly coming up with the policy after Telangana and Himachal Pradesh. The most common uses for drones include mapping, surveying, inspection, photography and filming. Asia is currently the region with the largest commercial drone industry, with China and Japan dominating this sector. The evolving market share has triggered governments to take up policies and regulations revolving around this drone industry. The Government of India has notified the Drone Rule 2021, wherein the previous rules were liberalized. Aircraft systems were classified, zones for flying drones were defined, pilot lines eligibility was fixed, several approvals were abolished, regulations of imports were streamlined, and other steps were taken for a conducive drone ecosystem. Production-linked incentive for drones and drone components were also announced, with an expectation of investment of Rs 5,000 crores in the country in the next 3 years. To build on the Government of India policy and steps, our Chief Minister has today unveiled the Goa Drone Policy, through which a roadmap and strategy has been announced for enhancing the drone ecosystem and to encourage use of drones for governance and public service delivery. The Government of Goa aims to position itself as one of the key states in India's drone ecosystem and harness the opportunity to promote manufacturing and sustainable innovation, generate employment, and also to provide value-added services in the state. I am happy to say that the drone policy in the state which we have launched talks of manufacturing and the usage. Specific details of the policy which we would like to talk about is promoting and incentivizing the drone design, manufacturing, testing and maintenance facilities and training, thus making Goa a drone manufacturing hub in line with the Prime Minister's vision of Digital India and the Chief Minister's vision of Swayambhurna Goa. Encouraging usage of drones for innovative delivery of citizen services, facilitation of access to easier clearances, building an institutional and academic capacity on drone technology which is skilling, foster utilization of data generated by drones and associated systems, promoting and supporting drone technology startups in the state, support Make in India initiatives in drones and drone component manufacturing. The Goa drone policy aims to be comprehensive and capture the best practices adopted by other states. In addition to this, the policy is unique in the following ways, which I would like to highlight to my friends on the media. Create an emerging technology cell or unit to facilitate adoption of drone and other new technologies. This allows for adapting to future needs of drone technologies as well as other emerging technologies. Formation of a subcommittee of drone experts drawn from the industry under the Goa State Advisory Council that would guide on the evolving tech uses and implementation besides governance and other matters. Government would adopt a mechanism for the hypothecation of patents to encourage research and development in Goa. Setting up of innovation labs that would house co-working spaces, provide data center support for organizations to work on value-added services using drone-like aerial imagery and flight path. Recognize and reward startups, IT companies and individuals for providing solutions in sectors of drone security, spatial analytics and application, aerial robotics and environment or ecosystem protection. Develop the capacity building programs by engaging with technical institutes, establish a drone school and setting up of a center of excellence to promote R&D in drone. In all, what I would like to add here is that the drone manufacturing hub, which the Chief Minister wants that Goa needs to be putting in. I think today is the start. With the liberation of Goa today, we can proudly say that the policy is in place. This drone policy will play a major role in attracting companies to Goa, which will house themselves at the electronic manufacturing cluster, which will also give a lot of a new vertical in terms of revenue and in terms of job creations. Coming to the additive manufacturing hub, which we say in normal terms as 3D printing. We are happy to announce today, with the help of the Chief Minister, we have been able to establish an additive manufacturing hub within the premises of the IT hub. Additive manufacturing is still an emerging technology, but taking advantage of its particular use cases, businesses can use it to slash cost and timelines. With traditional manufacturing, the entire supply chain can take months and require huge investments that could be recouped by high volume production. With the use of this technology, the supply chain's immediate steps are removed and the speed at which you can get to a single part is much faster. I believe all of you must have seen the 3D printing on top, where Dilip has been instrumental in helping us create this. Imagine a single part of your car which is not available in any store. That same part, if it is not available with the supplier, can be created at this particular 3D printing lab, which allows you to use that particular part. Which is simple version sanpa. Any part which is required in terms of a prototype for a startup would normally travel abroad to go send this stuff to China, Bangalore, Pune, Bombay. आता त्या करपाची गरज ना. Under Atmanirbhar Bharat of the Prime Minister and Swaympurna Goa of the Chief Minister, the government is looking very importantly in this direction that we have everything here in Goa, and this will facilitate not only the startups but the IT industry as a whole, business houses as a whole. Bigger industries can start looking at these opportunities in terms of having their supply chain corrected and ensure that the inventories lie low and the part mechanism supplies as and when required can be ordered. As far as the vision document of this 3D printing goes, there is an urgent need, the perception of Goa in the minds of technology business community in India and the world. The impression that startup founders and executives of established technology companies have is that of Goa being a holiday destination when people come to get their minds off work. This impression is further bolstered by the lack of technology infrastructure in the state. While the issue of technology infrastructure can be solved by spending on the necessary solutions, the perception issue is far more difficult to solve. We have recommended that the IT Ministry explores the adoption of innovative technologies which will help in solving problems in the state, while at the same time portraying Goa to be a state that is embracing technology with open arms and using it to offer better infrastructure to technology companies which it plans to attract in the state. One such technology is 3D printing. Investment in a 3D printer would result in the following many benefits, which maybe I will announce to the press after this. I would only like to say that Industry 4.0 has been one of the aims of this particular government. And under this, whether we have AI, VR, AL, ML, I think every area has a part which the IT industry is focused and has started. 3D printing today, which with the launch, I think is a big part as far as Goa and our thought of talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat and Swayapurna Goa goes. I thank the Chief Minister for having supported us throughout in this journey, and I look for a similar support in days to come as we start looking at more emerging technologies, create a niche segment, a presence in each segment that we are, and truly call us as a, in addition to the CM's dream of tourism capital of India, also making it a creative capital of India. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Gomantak.
बरे करू आणि फुडल्या सुवातेर हांव आमचे मानादीक मुखेलमंत्री भौमान्य डॉ प्रमोद सावंत हांचे लागीं मागता की तांणी आयच्या ह्या सुवाळ्यार आपले उलोवप करचे.
सगळ्यात पयली गोंय मुक्तीचे तुमकां सगळ्यांक उलोवणीत परबी आयच्या दिसा मिनिस्टर बाब रोहन खंवटे हाणें म्हटलें की आमची ड्रोन पॉलिसी ही लॉन्च करपाक जाय. आयच्या दिसा सारकिल्लो बरो दीस दुसरो आसूंक शकना आनी आयच्या ड्रोन पॉलिसी लॉन्चिंग आनी एडिटिव्ह मॅन्युफॅक्चरींग हब ह्या दोन्ही कार्यक्रमाच्या ह्या सुवाळ्याक मिनिस्टर रोहन खंवटे, आमचे चेअरमॅन ऑफ ITG डॉ चंद्रकांत शेट्ये, त्याच बरोबर सेक्रेटरी आणि आमचो डायरेक्टर ऑफ IT, सगळ्यात पयली हांव बाब दिलीप मेनेजीस हाचे खूब खूब अभिनंदन करता, कारण एडिटिव्ह मॅन्युफॅक्चरींग हब. दिलीप फुडें यो, प्लीज कम. एक हे हाडपाक फ्लावर हाडे. एक गोंयकार आणि ताकाच लागून आमकां एडिटिव्ह मॅन्युफॅक्चरींग हब आमच्या IT डिपार्टमेंटात हांगासर करप शक्य जालें. रोहन खंवटेन उलयता आसतना म्हाका ह्यो सगळ्यो गजाली तुमकां एक्सप्लेन केल्या. स्पेशली विथ एडिटिव्ह मॅन्युफॅक्चरींग हब त्याची क्रिएटिविटी जर पळयत आनी फॉर इंडस्ट्री 4.0 हाजेर उलयता आसतना इन ऑल सेक्टर्स, सगळ्या सेक्टरांस, म्हणजे फ्रॉम स्टार्टअप टू द मेडिकल इन फ्युचर आमकां जे मेडिकल डिवायस जे रेडी करून जाय, म्हाका दिसता आतां आमकां पुण्याक आसतलें, मुंबयक आसतलें, हाची वयची गरज पडची ना. कारण वयर जेन्ना ताणें एक्सप्लेन केलें आनी पळयलें, विच इज एन जॉ ऑफ द पर्सन, हार्ट ऑफ द पर्सन. एक्चुअली सर्जरी परफॉर्म करच्या पयलीं एखादो पार्ट किंवा एखादें ऑर्गन as it is ज्या पद्धतीन जाय and how to perform the surgery in future on that particular organ, so that ते आमकां ऑर्गन जे आसा पळय ह्या एडिटिव्ह मॅन्युफॅक्चरींग हबांतल्यान विथ 3D प्रिंटींग ते करून मेळप ही गोंयांत खरोखरूच आय एम कॉंग्रॅच्युलेटिंग फॉर अवर IT मिनिस्टर एंड कॉंग्रॅच्युलेटिंग ऑल्सो फॉर द दिलीप मेनेजीस. बिकॉज ऑफ हिम ओनली इट इज पॉसिबल इन द स्टेट ऑफ गोवा. वन्स अगेन कॉंग्रॅच्युलेशन टू यू. इन फ्युचर म्हणजे ड्रोन पॉलिसीचेर उलयता आसतना रोहनान ईच एंड एवरी ड्रोन पॉलिसी कशी आसतली, कितें आसतली आनी ताचो आमकां कशा पद्दतीन आमी तुका बऱ्या पद्दतीन उपयोग करून घेवपाक शकता हें ताणें डिटेलान तुमकां सांगलें. हांव ताचेर चड न उलयता, कारण ऑलमोस्ट गव्हर्नर 5 येवपाचो गव्हर्नराचें फंक्शन हांव रोहनाक तेंच सांगतालो वचूंक जाय म्हणून. फक्त एक 2-3 गजाली, कारण ड्रोनाचो यूज कसो करतले. आमी सदांच उलयता आसतना गोवा शूड बी द एज एड्युकेशन हब, गोवा शूड बी द tourism capital city, it is capital of India, and also it is creative capital of India. IT and electronic manufacturing hub गोवा जावचें, आनी स्पेशली इन IT आनी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मॅन्युफॅक्चरांत जर जातलें आसत जाल्यार ड्रोन पॉलिसी गरज आशिल्ली, आनी ती ड्रोन पॉलिसी आज आमी लॉन्च केली. म्हाका दिसता आमी तिसरी स्टेट आसा जी ड्रोन पॉलिसी आपली लॉन्च करता आसतना द गव्हर्मेंट ऑफ इंडिया इज ऑलवेज सपोर्टिंग फॉर दिस टायप ऑफ इंडस्ट्री. सो इन फ्युचर आमकां नवीन इंडस्ट्री लोकांक अट्रॅक्ट करपा खातीर दीस ड्रोन पॉलिसी वील हेल्प. आनी निश्चित रित्या म्हाका दिसता म्हणजे इट इज एन मॅन्युफॅक्चरींग यूज आणि ताज्या उपरांत ड्रोन स्कूल ह्या सगळो कन्सेप्ट ज्याची इन फ्युचर आमी पळयता की ड्रोनाचो यूज जो आसा पळय न्ही इवन दो इन डिजास्टर मॅनेजमेंट आणि त्याच बरोबर फॉर द डिफरंट स्ट्रॅटेजीक हितूंतल्यान म्हणजे सर्वे पासून तो बॉर्डर सर्वे पासून सेक्युरिटी पर्यंत ह्या दोन हितूंतल्यान जो आमी ड्रोनाचो कम्प्लिटली यूज आता सेक्युरिटी पर्पज जो ड्रोनाचो यूज जावपाक लागला म्हणजे वी आर नॉट अ बॉर्डर स्टेट बट वी आर इन अ कोस्टल स्टेट इन फ्युचर म्हणजे फाटलो जो सेक्युरिटी थ्रेट आशिल्लो मुंबय सारकेल्या ठिकाणी तो कोस्टलांतल्यानूच जाल्लो त्या वी शूड बी द अलर्ट एट बीइंग अ कोस्टल स्टेट ऑल्सो त्या खातीर फ्रॉम सर्वे टू सेक्युरिटी पर्पज ड्रोनाचो यूज कशा पद्दतीन करूंक शकतले तो इन एडवान्स सेक्टरांत करपाक लागला त्या खातीर आमी आमची ड्रोन पॉलिसी लॉन्च केल्या उपरांत अशा पद्दतीच्यो न्यू इनोव्हेशन्स गोंयांत इंडस्ट्रीज ज्यो आमी एट्रॅक्ट करपाक शकतले आनी निश्चित रित्या ताचो फायदो आमकां इंडस्ट्री म्हणून हाज्याय फुडें जातलो हांव चड न उलयता आमचो IT मिनिस्टर आनी एंटायर टीम ड्रोन पॉलिसी लॉन्च केल्या बद्दल ताचें खूब खूब अभिनंदन करता हातूंत इनोव्हेशन्स थींग म्हणजे आमकां एडिशन्स ज्यो ज्यो गजाली ज्यो आमकां करपाक जाय स्कीम लॉन्च करपाक जाय त्यो सगळ्यो गजाली टायम टू टायम आमी ह्या पॉलिसींत आनी तेजी नवीन स्कीम जी काडटात तितून लॉन्च करीत वयतले जेणे करून आमकां नवीन फॉर द स्कूल सेटअप आसतले फॉर मॅन्युफॅक्चरींग आसतले फॉर युजीस आसतले ह्यो प्रत्येक गजाली टायम टू टायम आमच्या ड्रोन पॉलिसीच्या उपरांत ताका एड केल्यो वयतल्यो आनी ताचो फायदो हो इंडस्ट्री 4.0 हाका जितक्या मोठ्या प्रमाणात आमी दिवपाक शकतले तो सरकारा कडल्यान ताका पुराय सपोर्ट आसतलो तेंको आसतलो त्या खातीर आमी आयच्या घडीक हांव फक्त इतकेंच सांगता we are inviting so many industry people who are ready to invest in this type of electronic and manufacturing clusters in the state of Goa. For them, they can take the benefits of this drone policy. इतकें सांगता आनी आयज परत एकदां हांव ह्या ड्रोन पॉलिसींत इन्वॉल्व आशिल्ले आमचे सगळे IT डिपार्टमेंटाचे सगळे स्टाफ हाचे खूब खूब अभिनंदन करता आनी त्याच बरोबर आमकां एडिटिव्ह मॅन्युफॅक्चरींग हब एस्टाब्लीश करपा खातीर जे सगळे इन्वॉल्व आसा तांचेय खूब खूब अभिनंदन करता परत एकदा तुमकां आयच्या दिसाच्यो खूब उणीत परबी दिता हितून सोंपयता देव बरें करूं
Thank you, sir. We are almost towards the conclusion of the function.